Hello P4 students! Welcome to our science class this week, and we will learn Unit 1, Lesson C, Can Matter Change in State? And this is the first part of our video lesson. So are you ready? Let's get started! For our learning outcomes, we will investigate how substances can change in state when they gain or lose heat. We will observe and recognize these changes in state. So we will focus for melting and boiling. For our vocabulary, we have the following words: temperature, thermometer, heat, melt, melting, boiling point, boiling, melting point, bubbles, and boil. So please take your time to check their meanings and write your answers in your science notebook. I have here a picture. It says matter such as water can exist in the solid, liquid, and gaseous state. Look at the arrows. The water here is the liquid state. The water vapor in the air is water in the gaseous state. And ice and snow are water in the solid state. How can ice and snow change to the liquid state? How can a liquid water change to the solid or gaseous state? A substance can change in state when it gains heat or loses heat. What happens when matter gains heat? So we will study first about melting. What happens when we leave ice cubes in a warm room? Look at the pictures here. The first picture is ice cubes in solid. And what happens after some time? The ice cubes melt and change into liquid water. Heat flows from an object or place with a higher temperature to one with a lower temperature. When ice is placed in a warm room, it gains heat from its warmer surroundings and its temperature rises. When its temperature reaches 0 degrees Celsius, it starts to melt and changes into liquid water. When a solid changes into a liquid, the process is called melting. The temperature at which a solid melts is called its melting point. So here is a simple diagram of a solid turns into liquid. When it gains heat through melting process, so the solid becomes liquid. The melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Different solids have different points. Look at the picture here of a burning candle and look at the arrows. Melted candle wax is the liquid state and solid candle wax is the solid state. Why we do not see some solids such as iron or rocks in the liquid state in our daily lives? Can they melt and change into liquids? Iron and rocks have very high melting points. They melt if the temperature is high enough. Look at the picture here. Iron can be melted in a hot furnace, and the arrow is pointing the molten iron. Molten rock has a very high temperature and is found inside the earth. It rises to the surface of the earth when volcanoes erupt. Look at the picture. What will happen to the molten iron and rock when they cool? What do you think? So this will be your homework, and let's share and discuss your answers during our Zoom meeting. Now let's go to boiling. When liquid water is heated until it is hot enough, bubbles form throughout the water. What do these bubbles contain? The bubbles contain water in the gaseous state. The bubbles will rise and escape from the water into the surrounding air. When liquid water is heated, it gains heat and its temperature rises. When its temperature reaches 100 degrees Celsius, It starts to boil and changes into steam. Steam is the gaseous state of water. The temperature at which a liquid boils is called its boiling point. When a liquid changes into a gas at its boiling point, the process is called boiling. So here is a simple diagram. Liquid turns into gas when it gains heat through the process of boiling. So that's all for today, friends. Be ready and see you at our Zoom meeting tomorrow. Bye-bye, P4. Stay healthy and safe always.